I'm not a dog.
My chat heard none of that.
That's fine. I didn't bark. You have no proof of me barking.
Hey, Foxy.
Hi, Fox. Oh my god, I've got no music going on. BGM, where are you?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the latest episode of Dan and Dan, the silly podcast thing we like to do, because I am Dan, and I am also joined by Dan. We are Dans.
I am Dan, and I'm joined by Dan.
You are muted. Which Dan is muted? There's two Dans.
It's not on my side, I don't think.
It's your chat replying.
All of my audio is saying. It's fine.
Oh, the
my
Twitch was
okay.
Okay.
Oh, Foxy, don't give us a heart attack so early in the day.
Damn it!
Early in the day? Why am I saying that?
Yeah, it's late for you, and it's like mid-afternoon for me. Miramis, bless your heart. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you, Miramis.
But
It's okay, Foxy, you're good.
Thank you so much, Miramis. But as per tradition in these things, we will usually start off with a little bit of like, oh, how have we been doing? What's going on? Introduce one another to our communities and share with everybody the good news that has been the past few months of us before we jump into community news and gaming news and things like that that we usually talk about more often. So
Do you want to go first, or shall I go first?
Let me go first. I got some stories to tell.
Go ahead then. What's been going on for you?
So exciting news for me in the next few weeks. I have already decided on my Halloween costume for VTubing. I have already gotten the PNG model back and done, and I have a whole bunch of art for it. I think the first one is going to be dropping in about 2 weeks. Yeah, the art's going to drop, I think, Wednesday the 25th. The same person who did the model also did art for me. So the art illustration is going to drop on the 25th, and the model is dropping on the 29th. And then I just got two new pieces back from a different artist earlier this week. I still have to post them to my Discord. I haven't done that yet. I keep making feet a little slow for that. But I have exciting Halloween stuff coming up, and I am looking forward to sharing that with everybody. In addition, I got a bunch of great art the last couple months. I recently got a tarot card back from somebody. Looks amazing. Looks beautiful. I'm not sure if you've seen this yet. I'm going to go grab this and share it with you, Dan.
I haven't. Send it. Send it to me. I don't notice. I'm afraid my life is hectic enough without me.
And you're probably avoiding Twitter as much as possible, which is wise and sagely, as opposed to me, who spends way too much time on there. I'm gonna dump this in the chat too. Hopefully, we got links. Hey J-Log, how's it going? But yeah, this is the link to my latest tarot latest commission. This is a tarot card I got. I asked them to make the Scholar. Demon Critter V2. What in J-Log's defense, you do look like a Pokemon. But no.
I am Dan. I'm a little dragon. But if you pop over to my channel, you see I'm actually pretty big.
Yeah, you see Dan the Draco King in all of his glory.
I'm gonna pop my wings out now.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, no, I got this really awesome tarot card illustration in just recently. I also got this cool Monster Hunter one a couple months back from somebody that did an amazing job. I was really worried. It was like a Skeb commission. It was expensive. It was like 200 USD, maybe a little bit more. It looks so good. It looks so good. And I got one titled Power Explosion. I actually got one of these for a friend of mine, Iris Bloodblaze, and then went and got
Explosion.
Yeah, and then I went and got one for myself. No, I don't need Steam. I need Discord. Going into Discord to my art thing. Let me find.
You're proving I'm not a Pokemon by showing my booba. Yeah, you know what? That's fair.
Yeah, you're not gonna see that in Pokemon.
Nope.
But yeah, in Discord in our chat, Dan, you'll see what Power Explosion is for me.
Power Explosion. Ah, I like that.
Yeah,
that's nice.
Is
there a post you can pop in the chat as well? Another link.
It should be. I just have to find it. So it was a little while back. Yeah, here it is, July 3rd. So yeah, I've gotten a bunch of really good art pieces done. So I'm super happy with all of them. I am scaling back the art a little bit because it is expensive and I need to, live carefully within my means. But what I do have, I am doing my best to make sure each piece is pretty freaking cool.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Sure.
I do have one bad piece of commission news. I talked last time about how I was getting a card website done, a link routing website that was going to be all nice and pretty. And I have, unfortunately, to report that that artist is what we shall politely refer to as a big doo-doo head. So, no, but they missed their deadline, and I had to go to VGen's moderation team, who yelled at them. The artist came back and went, "Oh my God, I'm sorry. I was sick for a month. I should have communicated with you. I'm so sorry. You'll get something in by the end of the week. I promise you. Can you give me an extension?" And I gave them a month extension off from the original due date, with the promise that they would get something to me by the end of the next week. So the second deadline is passed. I had to go back to. I had to go back to.
Sorry to interrupt, J-Log. This is how many of these have we done, by the way?
This is number 9. I haven't counted on my end.
9. This is our 9th collab. So yeah, I guess to explain the Dan and Dan chat, we just come along and we bring our own topics to discuss what's been going on. The main one is usually VTuber news and such.
Mm-hmm.
And just it's a fun hangout. It's really chill. But yeah, sorry for interrupting you there, Des.
No worries. But yeah, so they missed the first deadline. I had to go to VGen moderation team. They asked for an extension. They missed their extension deadline and went back to VGen's moderation team. And they're like, "Listen, it's against our terms of service, but we're just going to give you a refund." So I got my money back, but that artist is officially blacklisted for me because, they missed 2 deadlines.
Yeah, totally.
Like, with the only response I ever got from them being that first, like, "Oh dear God, I'm so sorry." And that was like, literally the VGen staff had gone to the artist and basically been like, "Listen, you're going to get back to them by this time on this day or we're refunding the purchase." And they got back to me an hour before the refund was going to get processed. The amount of art scammers that use illness as a way to scam people is ridiculous. Like, I don't necessarily think they're scamming because they did have like a body of work. It might be legitimate, but it's still a situation where sometimes they're not scamming, sometimes they just are not good business people. And there are times when artists just are bad at that. They just, life happens and they put down work and they go deal with life and they don't talk to people and they don't communicate. Because if they had been communicative, it would have been fine. But I paid for this commission in April. They tagged it as work in progress in May, and I have never seen a single image of any of this. Hey Perry, thank you. I hope you have a good day too.
Hi Perry.
Yeah. Both pieces are very nice and very stylish. Thank you.
Yeah, they're really nice, aren't they?
Oh yeah, they're so
the scholar.
Yeah, I like that one. They did a good job with that. But yeah, so I'm gonna have to go looking for a different person to do a card website for me. I still want to get one done, but it's gonna take some time.
Could you not do it yourself?
Not really. Let's go. I'm paying somebody to do it because I want somebody who has better skills than me to do it. So
you could do it on stream, and then okay.
Yeah, it's part of it is I want it done very well, and part of it is, frankly speaking, I'm a little bit lazy. I want to do other things with my time, as I will absolutely pay somebody to save me time.
That's okay.
But the last little thing I wanted to talk about is some games I have played in the recent months and some news with that. First and foremost, I have finally beaten Persona 5 Royal. It took me almost a full year, but I won.
Yay!
I'm done. I'm free. I really liked the base game. I was a little dumb with the DLC by the time I got to the end of it. I'm just like, I'm done. I don't care. Let me tell you about my inner feelings. I don't care, buddy. I'm just going to punch you, move on with my life. In your case, if I somehow got sick, that's out of my control. But somehow I'm conscious, I could try and reach out and remind client in advance. Exactly, J-Log. And that's the thing. Like, if you're very sick, let people know. If you don't let people know, you really have nobody to blame for that but yourself. Especially because that person got a warning already and then did it again. a month later, and like, there's no excuse. I hope they're well. I hope nothing terrible happened to them, but also I will never commission them again.
And you won't recommend them either. That's the bigger thing, I think, for artists, is being recommended by people to do commissions, because that's how you get like known. Like, yeah, people look at social media and they go, oh, pretty art, that's nice, but they're not then gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna go and get a commission of that myself. It's only if you are like specifically saying, hey, this person was really like good to work with. It's why reviews on VJ are so important.
Yeah. Well, also just word of mouth, because the person that did Power Explosion, I got that because I went to them for that for a friend, and got one for them because I thought it would look good for that friend. Then I got one for myself, and that friend also went back to this artist for more art. So she's getting more art done with that person because I introduced her to them. I rolled the dice on a commission and did that. And if I have a good commission experience with somebody, I will tell that to other people and I will recommend those artists. I'll be like, yeah, I've worked with this one. They're great. Turned out great. Yeah. Because you don't get a lot of reach on social media anymore. It's word of mouth works so much better for getting business. But that works two ways. And if somebody has a negative review, yeah, you're going to have a hard time getting work.
Yeah, for sure.
But other games I've played through and finished, Citizen Sleeper 2, the sequel to a game that I really, really liked. Citizen Sleeper 2 is amazing. I played through it once on stream. I played through it a second time with a different build on my own, and then I speed ran hard mode for the final achievement, and I am 100% completion, and I am so happy. I love that game. It's a very good game.
Congrats.
I also played a cute little game called Lunar Lux. It's an RPG that has like a bit of like Mega Man Battle Network / like Undertale vibes and like how the combat works, but it's super tropey. Like, I recognized who the end boss would be the moment he walked into a room, because I'm like, nobody has that color palette and it isn't the end boss, and I was 100% right. It's just like, I have some shorts coming out, I think this coming month, that is going to be a lot of me like pointing out that elephant in the room with a few things. And I'm started playing, and I'm currently playing a cute little game called Dungeons of Hinterberg, where it is real world, modern time, modern place, but somewhere in the Alps, magic is real, and there are dungeons and monsters, and they sell vacation packages there. And we go there on vacation to get away from our boring, bland, normal life for an exciting one. The first
on my wish list.
The first spell they teach you is Bomb. You summon a giant wrecking ball that you can explode. And my chat's like, oh man, I hope we get Fireball. And I'm like, this is better than Fireball. We get to drop a bomb on people. Oh, and I can throw a Morning Star as the ranged attack. This is amazing.
It's the game we're talking about, everyone.
Yeah, it's very good. It's very, very good. But those are kind of the big ones I'm on, in addition to, of course, Hollow Knight's Silksong. But we're going to get more into that later. But how about you, Dan? What have you been up to the past couple months?
Be looking at my YouTube to remind me what I've played.
Yeah, I did that. I did that myself, too.
I have played some... So when did we last meet up, actually? July?
It was June or July, yeah.
I'm trying to find it.
I think it was June, actually. I think we did 3 months.
Yeah? Maybe? Did I not copy? No, I must have copied it over. Give me a sec.
All right, if you're determined to find this, I'm gonna go look at myself. I have it on my calendar, June 21st. June 21st was the last Dan and Dan collab.
Yes. I titled it Back from Tooth Infection. Yes. What a year it's been.
Oh, is that all our streams are to you, Dan? Just back from tooth infection time?
No, that was just that specific one. Okay. So since then, we obviously had the release of Persona 5, The Phantom X, which
Mhm.
I play every day now. I'm totally obsessed. Yes, I spent real money on it. Yes, I'm still going to continue to spend real money on it because I'm a responsible adult and I'm allowed to do that now because I earn my own money. Mom!
Glad you're having fun with it. I will be avoiding it because I am way too susceptible to gotchas. And I like having money, and gotchas don't let me have money.
Let's go.
I wrapped up season 1 of my talk show, King Sport.
Oh, nice.
That was a lot of fun, except from when the studio burned down at the end. Oh well.
Congratulations for the success until there wasn't success. That just means you get to build a bigger, better studio for next season.
We tried out Nova Hearts. I don't know if you've heard of that.
Vaguely. The name rings a bell, but I can't say I know much about it.
Oh, you can quickly check Steam. It's a turn-based RPG, like choices matter kind of thing. I love it, honestly. I love Nova Hearts. So
I like the style.
We played that, and I finished it off screen because I just wanted to enjoy it in my own time, and that was a lot of fun.
There.
Lots of repo, lots of peak. We all know what those games are like.
Yeah, those are popular these days.
I then had my anniversary in end of July.
Happy
Ooh,
anniversary! Happy belated anniversary.
Thank you thank you very much. We did some more power washing sim with some friends. I tried, if I go to my actual Steam,
Let's go.
the personal things I've been playing. I have been playing the 109 Last Defense Academy still. I'm 158 hours into it, and
oh my goodness.
I'm still not done. I still haven't played every route.
Wow.
So yeah. We started Outlast 2. That was terrifying. I don't know if I want to go back to that, but I'm planning to in October.
And I've planned everything out for October except exactly which games I'm going to play. I have one that I think I'm going to play, but
I have not.
I was kind of hoping for a release date for a few games, and it turns out no, they won't be coming out in October. At least I haven't heard anything, so unless they shadow drop on us real soon, I might just do like
Silksong did.
Hey, Hades 2 just did it. Hades 2 says it's coming out on the 25th, and I'm like, I need some for October. Hades 2 is pretty good. That's a good. That'd be a good one to do.
Yeah. What else did I play? I've been getting back into Deadlock a bit, which is Valve's, up and coming game. Let me see what I've got in my finished list. Oh, okay. There's about 50 hidden cat games.
Oh yeah, I played a few of those. Those are fun.
And then what did I do? I played this really cool game called Boxes Lost Fragments, which is this was off Stew, so this was just Bella Swan. What? Oh, is that from
I think that's the Twilight Girl, yeah.
Okay, thanks, Mary. Imagine accidentally cutting your hand on gift wrapping paper. It could be me. How embarrassing. Did you cut your hand on gift wrapping paper, Mary? Did you? So if you haven't checked out, Boxes is pretty good.
Nice.
Doors Paradox is also very good. Trying to think of something big, I guess. Paratopic. We played Paratopic. Can you? No, it's from the movie. I'm in my hyperfixation nostalgia. These movies are Terry brilliant. Throw out an October suggestion. Yeah. What did you see earlier this week?
So I saw, what was it called? Tim Travers and the Time Traveler's Paradox. It's a movie about a guy who invents the time machine to go back in time 1 minute to shoot himself in the head and see if he can trigger the Time Traveler's Paradox and destroy reality. It is an hour and a half long, and Felicia Day is in it.
Okay.
It's very weird. It starts off weird and it gets weirder. War of the Worlds with Ice Cube. No, not War of the Worlds. This one, it's a movie that's really dumb, but there's a message there that I'm like, oh, this film actually has a little more heart than I thought it would, but also it's really stupid. It's really, really stupid. One that everybody hates, but the memes are so hard. Yeah.
Dead Reset to my wish list.
Let's go.
Because that's...
Neil Breen is the perfect example of this is stupid but has heart, so I love it. Yeah, there's a few movies I like for that. We'll keep that in mind, Hattie. Or, I guess it'd be Mary, not Hattie. Mary, yes. But yes, you were talking about other stuff you've been playing, Dan.
Oh, sorry, cat wants me to move again. Does this? I have to move like 5 times during every stream because the cat is like, I want water. I want to sleep now.
I want to sleep now. Then sleep, cat. No.
I'm
no,
sitting
father.
waiting to sleep because I have to move for him to get to his water and sit in his seat, and then he completed me or sitting in his seat. What else have I been doing? Yeah, I'm gonna end that there. I mean,
yeah, I'm trying a bunch of
I
things.
need quite a few other like games I want to check out in my own time. But my main goal at the moment is I've just been obsessed with coloring voxels. So it's really chill. I love it.
Yeah, but look,
I'm actually nearly done.
Nice. I've been looking for a
Final
good.
Fantasy X. Yes, I did.
I've been looking for a good off-stream game, and I haven't really found one that's caught me necessarily right now. So I'm kind of between off-stream games. I was hoping Monster Hunter would be that, but sadly, no. The current Monster Hunter is not very good. We do not the like.
Oh.
Though we are gonna get that Final Fantasy collab in a week or two, I think.
Yeah, and people will play it for 2 days and stop playing again.
Yeah, they'll farm it. They'll play it, farm up what they need, and then leave. Yeah, exactly. That's my intention as well. Suggestions for any chill games to waste time on. It's a little off topic, but probably I would say Kami, Kami. It is a paper game. It's a puzzle game where basically you click on, you have 4 different color options or something. You pick the color and click on the paper on the table, and it will flip to turn to the other color. So it is a puzzle game where all you're doing is just making the entire page one color by clicking pieces. So it's just like a color flipper game, but like it has this satisfying ASMR of just the sound of paper moving. It's very chill. I can share the link for you if you'd like. I found it here. I have it here in chat, and I'll send it to you in Twitch as well. But yeah, very old game, super casual, super comfy.
Those 2 are my suggestions. Oh, I've already added Kami to my wish list.
Good, it's a great game.
Yeah, I think that's about it. There's, I mean, I guess I might as well bring it up. I have been playing through one per month because I'm, limiting how much I spend on that game or Steam games. I have been playing Monster Ops, which is a not safe for work game. So, and not Sony.
I have been doing that occasionally as well. I have a back catalog. I'm actually on vacation from work the next week, so I might go and play some of those since I can actually dedicate time to that stuff. So
yeah. I guess it's about finding time for yourself. If I may do a very hang on. Do I ever do pixel art at all? I find it calming, so if you run out of content on those games, there might be pixel-related games that you enjoy. Crystal Academies and edutainment games designed to the fundamentals of our lives, experiment that I want to be ready for the beauty. I like coloring voxels and color a cube because they're 3D. I don't particularly mesh well with it's just 2D stuff. My brain is wired that way. But thank you, Mary. Thank you for the suggestion. That could be useful for anyone in chat who needs any kind of calming and or even educational entertainment games. So yeah, Pixel Art Academy, everyone.
But I think that's all we have for what we've been up to.
Segued. It's fine. I've already segued in, Deus.
Well, I'm double segueing. We're segueing together now.
Oh God!
We're just zooming down the road on those silly little Segway machines. It's glorious. It's great.
I don't like those. They make my bones shake.
Oh man.
Tandem Segway.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's all about finding time to look after yourself. And with that, I just want to mention, things are pretty shit in the world right now. So it's even more important that you find the time to look after yourself, and that generally can be anything that brings you, with something meaningful to you that leads to feelings of either calm or achievement, progression in some way.
Self-care is important, and gentle reminder for everybody: your hobbies do not need to be productive to still be valuable. Yeah.
You know what, Mary Shaw, a 24/7 Twilight movie marathon that's live streamed on YouTube. You go for it.
Hey, if that makes you happy, Mary, go for it. Watch them twice. Watch the extended editions. Do they have extended editions of those? I don't know. I watched the first one. I never really watched any of the others.
I don't think they do, but maybe they do.
Probably do. There's probably an audience for it.
Let's go.
That reminder is needed. So excited, said during tutorial hobbying and think this isn't convenient. But it doesn't have to, and I understand we have to continuously remind ourselves of that. But we can simply enjoy our lives doing things we like without them having to contribute towards some greater goal. Why can't happiness be the goal? Okay,
it's the poison of the everything is content mindset. It's like, well, I can't possibly play this game on my own time. It's possible content. No, occasionally when a good game comes out, play it on your own time. Actually, one thing that happened this year, I think I played the entire Lies of P DLC on my own time because I did not want to stream it. I did not want to interrupt my streaming schedule. I did not want to do anything else. I played it on my own time. I had fun with it, and yeah. Which is, entertaining enough, the same thing I did with the base Lies of P game, though I did stream it later. But it's still just, it's entertaining that Lies of P has been a me game very much the whole way through.
Good. Glad that you played the DLC here, because...
Oh, it's so good. It's so fucking good.
That's what we need to do more. Like, especially, when things get a bit tough for us, we need to just take a step back and go, hold on. I'm going to take a moment to watch this thing, read this thing, play this thing, sing this thing, any of those things. Just for like 5-10 minutes a day, log out of being so in tune with trying to progress.
Yeah.
Doom scrolling is where you watch one video. So it could be a YouTube Shorts, it could be an Instagram video, it could be a TikTok thing.
Could be Twitter,
and
but you look at sad, bad things and you keep looking. You keep scrolling. Sorry, I interrupted.
You did interrupt. I am glaring at you right now. And it's where you watch the video and you get a little inkling of joy from it. So you're like, I'm going to watch the next one. So you watch the next one. You get a little bit more joy from it, but no more than you got from the last video. And then you watch the next one and the next one. And before you know it, 3 hours is gone.
Let's go.
That is doom scrolling.
Yeah.
And then after you've just used 3 hours scrolling through everything, you go, oh my god, I just wasted all this time. My life is over. Why do I do this to myself? I mean, I personally don't do that. And that is the gospel truth.
But yeah, but you mentioned something in your conversation there that I think is a good segue for us to the next topic. On the topic of DLCs, there's a game that should have been a DLC but wasn't, and it's bigger and better than a DLC. Do we want to talk Silksong now?
What did Foxy say? I honestly do it because of a feeling I get for what I told my friends yesterday that makes me feel stuck. But you recognize it's unhealthy for you to doom scroll.
Yeah.
And you may have that feeling, right? But you can recognize that this feeling is leading to this behavior, you know, because that behavior, like, sorry, let me start again. The feeling you have is then causing those thoughts, which is then causing you to doom scroll, or you choose to doom scroll because you feel that way.
Mm-hmm.
But all that's doing is then going to lead you back to, I feel that way, I'm going to doom scroll. I feel that way still, I'm going to doom scroll again.
A vicious cycle.
You are not, like, there is no healing in that circle. And I think if you can add in a bit of maybe acceptance, giving yourself some, like, self-compassion, you know, it takes time and understanding, patience and love, kindness and care for ourselves to understand that, yeah, we may feel this way, but how I feel that way does not or should not control how I'm gonna live my life.
Mm-hmm. And if I may chime in as well, like, if you're ever feeling stuck, it's entirely okay to you know, recognize that it's going to take a minute to get out of that, but it's still important to try, and if nothing else, start building momentum. You might not be able to pull yourself out of it immediately. In fact, statistically, you probably won't, but a little bit at a time, or for a long period of time, brings out change.
Yeah. It is so difficult to bring ourselves out of that without help. And being ready to ask for help is another step towards recovering. So, yeah, coming from mental health professional.
Mm-hmm.
Finger guns.
Finger guns.
I don't know why finger guns. Leave me alone. I need some kind of toggle where I just finger guns at the screen.
Well, nobody sees it on my end, so it's fine. Actually, sort of. You are pointing.
Finger gun. Pew pew pew.
What's funny is you're pointing at chat too, so you're finger gunning chat.
Oh my god, I'm shooting chat.
Mm.
So we were segueing into.
So I was saying, we mentioned DLCs, and shall we start having a conversation about a DLC that turned into a game in and of itself and transition to Silksong? Do we want to talk some Silksong now?
Well, the Silksong matter was actually, if my thing was the whole, this month is kind of when Tribe 9 is getting erased completely. So yeah, that's why the topic is goodbye Tribe 9, hello Silksong. So
I don't know what Tribe 9 is. Explain that, Sube.
So Tribe 9 was it was an attempt at making a free-to-play gacha game by the developers or the artists behind Danganronpa.
Huh.
And it was really good, but it did not. Well, actually, it was making money. How do I put this? The stakeholders were not happy with not getting more money, and so sadly, I think at the end of this month, Tribe 9 servers are being deleted, and the game will never be able to play again.
That's unfortunate.
Which is annoying. And it is, yeah, kind of links in with like Stop Killing Games, but I don't think either of us had that on our list for today, so I'm not gonna open that.
Not so much. Yeah.
No.
But
yeah, with the loss of Tribe 9, we have gained Silksong.
We have.
You know, a bloody like, oh yeah, Silksong's a thing. Here's a trailer, and oh yeah, it releases in like 4 weeks.
2 weeks. 2 weeks. It was a 2-week notice. Yeah. Gotta respect Team Cherry so goddamn much. Ain't offended as Hollow Knight. It's too hard, but Silksong looks sick. It plays sick. It's an interesting game that I've been trying to like emotionally tackle, because some people like it a lot, and other people are like, it's too hard. It makes me so angry. And I'm somewhere in the middle of like, it's really hard, but also fuck this game. I'm gonna beat it. So I was actually, before we started streaming today, I was watching a podcast where people were talking about it, and the one guy really nailed the vibe for Silksong, which is it is its own game, but it plays as though it's still a DLC. So that the difficulty curve is they expect you to have played and mastered Hollow Knight and kind of are starting Silksong right after, so that the skills transition over and you can continue to skill up. Because yeah, compared to Hollow Knight, it's like Elden Ring to Shadow of the Erdtree. They make enemies hit harder and move faster, and you just have to skill up. There is no other way to deal with it. You do, as J-Log say, you gotta get good. And it's frustrating, and there are parts of it that are genuinely very frustrating. I was playing it on Friday night for a stream. I beat a really hard boss that I was fighting against for over half an hour. The boss explodes when they die. I did not know that. So I was standing right next to them, and when the explosion started happening, I took 2 hits, and because each hit does double damage, I died immediately. And I'm just like,
the whole fight all over.
I did. Yeah. If you could not play Hollow Knight, do not try Silksong. You will have an unfun time. I fully acknowledge that, because it's Hollow Knight is slower and more methodical to Silksong, like just putting the floor to, the pedal to the floor and just speeding up as much as possible. It is a very good game. It is a fantastic game. But
I don't think we can technically ever say that we can't play a game. It's more of that, like, Hollow Knight is challenging for you. Not that you can't play it, because you can absolutely play the game. And if you actually, like, sat down and kept trying and trying and trying, you would eventually start beating enemies and bosses and things. Like, that is the whole point of the Hollow Knight, Silksong, and all of those other Souls-like games, is you have to die to learn, basically.
Yep. You're not wrong, but it's still, I would still not recommend it to anybody that doesn't like the first one, because it's more of the same but more aggressive and faster. And that is,
well, Foxy loves Hollow Knight and Silksong. Like,
I thought Foxy said I want to play it, but I could not play Hollow Knight.
Yeah, so that's why I'm arguing, because it's not that Foxy can't play it, it's that it's too difficult at the moment for them. Like, their brain hasn't caught up with the game. It's not that they don't like the game.
Okay, but my point being, like, if you're struggling with Hollow Knight, don't buy Silksong until you've beaten Hollow Knight.
I disagree. Support Team Cherry. Go buy the game right now, everyone.
That is opinion of one and a half Dan's.
1.5 Dan?
I don't
Who's the
know.
half Dan?
Who knows?
Let's go.
But I will say the game is very good. But there was a lot of controversy around it, around like how quickly they dropped the release date. A bunch of other studios were moving their release dates to make room because
Hi, Robbie.
Silksong.
Oh yes,
Hey,
so
Robbie.
many game studios said, "Hey, Silksong's coming. We're delaying our game."
Yeah, and actually,
Sorry.
two of them were games I knew of. One was Demon School by the same people. I think either the developer or publisher behind Valhalla, Cyberpunk Bartender Simulator. Those people have a new like tactics game coming out called Demon School. They moved theirs 2 months, and then Little Witch in the Woods, this cute, cozy, casual game that I played it when it was in early access. It's great. It's amazing. They moved theirs 2 weeks because they're like, no one's gonna play our game if we release it the day before Silksong.
Hang on, is Demon School turn-based?
Yes, I think so.
Tactical RPG, just double checking. Battle system. Okay, adding to wish list. Thank you. Yeah. I actually counted a total of 5 games. There are more, but
Oh yeah, definitely.
within like the first 2 days of the release date announced, there were 5 studios who all put out a notice saying, "Hey, we're delaying by X amount of time." One went so far as to say, "Hey, we're delaying to next year because of Silksong."
Yeah. I don't think I saw that one, but I can believe it because Demon School was 2 months, and it's just like, damn. You thought you, because basically for Demon School they said we could release it, we are prepared to release it, but we're gonna take 2 more months and cook more good stuff into the game that we were planning to release later. So it's just gonna be a bigger, fuller release when it does come out, and we're not gonna get released when Silksong has sucked all the air out of the room. So
yeah, I think this one studio said it very well. They wanted their game to get the attention it deserves, and because of Silksong's release, they didn't feel they were going to get that. So with respect to Team Cherry, they wanted to give themselves and their dev team time to play the game as well. So they just delayed. They just said that.
Yeah, and it's a sort of a funny situation where it's just like with the development story behind Silksong of them just really being uncommunicative and having terrible marketing basically the whole time. I'm not really surprised they did it this way. I'm not, honestly, the only thing that would have been more Team Cherry is if they just dropped it and it's like, okay, here's the trailer and Silksong is dropping now. It's out right now. Because we would have just crashed Steam. All of us would have been like, what do you mean Silksong is out?
I do disagree with you there. I think the fact that they were not communicative was their marketing strategy. They chose to keep things as quiet and locked up as tight as possible because that kept everyone speculating about it for years.
I think
they give little tidbits between like 6 years.
I think you give them too much credit. I think it's 3 guys in a shed, or not shed, because they actually did very well with their first game and probably all have very nice homes. But it's just like it's a 3-guy development team, and they're having fun doing their thing, and they're not putting much thought into the marketing of it. I
disagree because behind them were if I go to this store page, I'm pretty sure their development team.
The dev team is the publisher, so it's the same people on both ends of it, developing and publishing. So, but another interesting thing that came out from that was I saw people talking about when you're releasing a game, especially a big game like this, do you owe it to other games to notify them more in advance so they can plan around it rather than having to like, oh, we announced our release date? Because I think one studio were like announced their release date and then like the next day Silksong announced theirs and then just like, oh shit. So I think there were a lot of like people who were concerned like maybe the studio owed it to other indie games to maybe not just blow a hole through the entire industry for 2 weeks at
Whereas I
no
disagree.
warning.
I-
Yeah,
I
I mean,
think that comes across with a bit of indie developer elitism in a way. Like, hey, your game is massive; it's gonna overshadow ours. So you just don't yet,
Yeah,
and we'll announce ours, and you can wait.
a little bit of like, hey, I thought we were all friends. Why the fuck did you just shoot me in the knee?
But they didn't do that. They didn't.
They didn't, but it feels that way to some people.
I think people who feel that way.
I agree that it's not. I don't really agree with the point, because also this game would have done this no matter what happened. Like, it would
Yes.
have taken it out of the room. If they gave us more of a run up, it probably would have been better. But again, like, the team that isn't going to tell us much in the way of development stories the whole way up, I don't think we were going to get much more of a lead. We weren't going to get a month's notice or 6 months notice. It was always going to be like last minute, and it was. But
Yeah,
it's a very good game. It's very popular right now. It's hard to find somebody to raid into that isn't playing freaking Silksong, and then I'm not rolling the dice for, like, I don't know if they're further along than I am. They might be.
I've had a lot of people playing the first game.
Mhm. People
before
doing that too,
going
yeah.
to Silksong, yeah.
And that's good. That's very, very good.
Yeah, it is. It is good. So you just gotta find someone who's played the first game.
Maybe. But no, yeah, it's been a cannonball into the industry. It's stirred up a lot of conversation.
to Team Cherry, congratulations.
Oh yeah,
on
they're
your Game of the Year.
Oh my god. I'm so upset that a game as good as Expedition 33 came out this year, and Silksong Shadow drops, and it is actually a strong contender. They will both be up for Game of the Year, and I'm like, I don't know if I could be mad at either of them for not getting Game of the Year, because
I'm telling you now, Silksong will take Game of the Year. There is no doubt in my mind.
it has the recency bias. It would have the recency bias, yeah.
It will. Plus, not everyone enjoys turn-based combat like Expedition 33.
X33 has some good combat though. I would be shocked if Expedition 33 doesn't get soundtrack of the year, because they put their everything into that. They threw everything in the kitchen
feel like
sink.
Hollow Knight's gonna take that as well.
No way in hell. As somebody who's listened to both soundtracks, Hollow Knight cannot compare to Expedition 33. X33 has the better soundtrack, just hands down.
We will see.
You need to listen to some of that music, and even if Silksong wins it, you're going to see people complaining about Expedition 33 not winning it. You will absolutely see that. But yeah, it's been a wild ride. The Silksong is real. And I guess the next big hurdle for the gaming industry is whether or not they'll bring Bloodborne to PC, because that's the other one that people kept memeing on for ages and ages.
I think they will, but they will not do it this year. Not with Silksong out.
Oh, definitely not. I think it's tied up in like red tape with businesses, because it's like FromSoft is the developer, but Sony owns the IP and PlayStation, and there's like too many hands in the pot, and somebody wants too much money. I think that's where they're running.
I think Sony wants too much money.
Probably.
I think that's what is, because it's Sony. They are realizing very quickly that there is some, I hate this word, irrelevancy with consoles because of the customizability that PCs can get, or like even the Steam Deck. Honestly, like, why would I think they've realized, or they've taken a hit in their numbers of sales, understandably so, because they released their console like not too long after the pandemonium.
Yep.
And then hit, obviously, equipment shortages and everything. We're on a tandem, okay? We're on a tandem. Let down tandemize. And because of that, they're like, well, how are we gonna get more money? You know what? Let's just ask for more money for IPs that people want to make up for it.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
Lonely.
But it's, you know, unless somebody comes out with a big full budget movie that's a behind the scenes documentary, we'll probably never know for sure. But we're both squinting very hard at the business suits and being like, you greedy sons of bitches, give us Bloodborne on PC.
Yeah, we are.
Cutest gecko in the world. Hey, Danish.
Danish, not a gecko. Pastry, I'm gonna eat you. Nom 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 nom.
But yeah, no, Silksong is great. I'm not going to spoil anything for anybody, but I am in Act 2. Game's still good. Want to put my foot up its ass sometimes, but game's still very, very good.
Thanks, Foxy. I'm gonna take a sip now.
Now I'll have a sip as well.
Let's go.
Do you think they'll announce the DLC this year, or like release the DLC this year?
DLC for what?
Silksong.
Silksong is the DLC. It was originally supposed to be DLC for Hollow Knight. That's why it's kind of, it was supposed to be Hollow Knight DLC, and then they're like, oh, we kept developing it, and we kept developing it, and we kept developing it, and now it's its own game. Sorry, guys.
I know, but I feel like they're gonna release DLC for that now.
Probably, because they did do it for Hollow Knight. They did have additional content that came in with it, because they had the Carnival DLC, which was free DLC, and then they had the God Eater DLC. So they did add stuff.
I care you too, Danish. Thank you very much for all the love.
Okay, before we switch to the next topic, I do have an ad break coming up in about 4 minutes. Do we want to trigger them a little early and then come back afterwards to switch to the next topic?
I'm going to wait for my prompt to appear, and then yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, I think I'm a little bit ahead of you.
Because you hit start stream before I did.
So I was Dan first.
Oh, that's a low blow. That is a low blow, and you know it.
I do think I'm older than you, actually.
Let's go.
Yes, you maybe possibly are.
Hi, Mr. Sexy Voice. To which of the nice sexy voice people are you referring to?
That's
Danish?
you. That's you.
Oh my.
I can go be a voice actor in the future, and I'll just seethe in my nasally high-pitched voice era and just be like, curse you nasal gods.
It's okay, Dan.
I'm not Dan 2! I'm not Dan 2!
Hey, at least they're not calling you Junior.
Now, why would you give them that thought? They're gonna just run with that now. You've just given them that thought. They're just gonna run with it. Dragon Dad's voice is sweet. Human Dad's voice is cool.
Ah, thank you, Boxy.
Junior Dan? Oh my god.
Oh, that's so much worse, Danish.
Alright, we're going to ad break. I'm done with the children.
Be back in 3 minutes, folks.
Let's go.
Take care. See you after these messages.
And we are back from the ad break, everybody. Thank you for your patience.
Welcome back. Ah!
So, we did our first big bit of news about Hollow Knight's Silksong. That was kind of my lead in. Do you want to lead into the second bit of news, Dan? Mine kind of ties in up to it a little bit, but
Which one of mine?
Let's go.
the fall one. Let me see your list again.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so
what was your list again?
Deuscain, welcome in.
Where was your list again? Holy shit, where is it?
Because of me. I'll grab it. So your list is. My list is here.
Did you delete the list?
Wait.
Oh, there it is.
There you go. So I don't know if chat will have heard, but has anyone in chat not heard of a YouTuber, streamer, air quotes game developer, by the name of Pirate Software?
I have tangentially heard of him. I do not watch his stuff much.
Neither do I. But there was a bit of drama relating to our dearest
Let's go.
narcissist. I'm gonna say it. Come after me, bitch.
Yeah, there's a lot of that in the streaming community.
So, to catch people up to speed, Pirate Software decided to publicly go against the Stop Killing Games initiative, and ended up bringing so much awareness and traction to it. It caused Stop Killing Games to become so successful. Yeah, everyone spoke out against him, and by doing that, by getting all that awareness and attraction on himself, a lot of people dug into his past a bit and found that the coding for one of the games he's air quotes developing, Heartbound, I believe it's called. The coding for that is very sloppy, to the point that actual coders were like, "What is this? This doesn't make sense. He could make this so much simpler and so much more nuanced." But he's choosing not to. So leading on from that, I just kind of wanted to talk about how if you ever come across Pirate Software, to avoid him, I guess, is what I'm trying to get at, because he spoke out so openly against something, it then also led to other people bringing up more of his history as well. You know, they looked into his LinkedIn page and where he had worked and supposedly what he had done and how long for, and there was a lot of inconsistencies and not a lot of evidence that he'd actually done certain pieces of work for people. Sorry, that was I got a bit of indigestion. Apologies.
No worries.
And no, hang on. I hope I haven't just broken this.
You hated him for a while because of an old take that rubbed you the wrong way. I feel that way with a couple of streamers and content creators. They say a dumb thing, and I'm like, we are now blood enemies. This is a blood oath. This is a vengeance. I shall never forget this incredibly small and irrelevant slight. I will take this to the grave and hate you forever. Yeah, I know. I have that with some people. It's weird how that happens sometimes, where we're just like, you're not one of us. Whatever us is, you're not one of us.
Yeah, so because of that, people then brought up his controversy relating to World of Warcraft, and obviously he was meant to be the damage dealer, and he actually led to.
Oh yeah, in a hardcore server, I did hear about that one where, yeah, a
and then ended up getting himself banned.
Yeah, permadeath server, and he
two people to die.
Yeah, there was like what was the whole thing with that one? Where either he made a bad call or he didn't respond to the call well, and basically when people called him out like, hey, no, this call actually means this other thing, he just kind of doubled down instead of just being like, yeah, shit, sorry, I got your character killed. I'll help you roll up another one.
Yeah, he doesn't take accountability. And he will never admit he's in the wrong. Never admit he's in the wrong. It's crazy. Because, like, people make mistakes. People fuck up. We all know that. If you just owned up to it and was like, hey, I fucked up. That's on me. I can, like, help you with getting gear again and get you back up to where you were. I'm sorry about that. That'll be right. But but essentially he said he was out of mana and couldn't cast like certain abilities when he had items he could have used to replenish his mana immediately to cast those abilities, and he just chose not to, basically. Maybe it was a split of the moment of like he didn't think about them, but they were on the screen right in front of him in his bag that was open to the right hand side of the screen. So yeah, over to you, Deus, with your take in this.
I mean, with regards to Pirate, like, I remember him talking, like, I remember seeing him around. I definitely remember hearing the World of Warcraft thing. Part of me, like, kind of gets why people are upset at him, and part of me is like, that is a hardcore server. You signed up for the most challenging content. You knew if you die, it's permadeath. Grow up, and if you're not mature enough to play on that type of server and risk permadeath, don't play on that type of server. Play on a more casual one. But definitely his behavior afterwards is just like, no, it wasn't me. I totally had these. It's the typical narcissist response of like,
yeah, why would you do that though? Like, such a defensive attitude when people just lost their characters.
Some people cannot handle criticism at all. Like, at all.
And
their ego is so
empathy.
fragile.
They lack empathy as well.
Yep.
Like, you should be like, look, I'm sorry you lost your characters. He says nothing. Just complete silence when the two guildmates die. Just nothing. Sits there looking at chat. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. But with regards to him overall, I remember seeing some video a while ago where a content creator that I follow that does a lot of videos on content creation that are like tutorials on hardware, tutorials on software, things like that. He actually did like a little video where he sat down and listened to people's bad takes, and one of his was actually from Pirate Software, where he was telling people to turn off the feature when you're posting a video on YouTube to push it to your subscribers, because he thought that doing that would push it to a bunch of dead accounts that were subscribed to you but not receiving, that they never interacted with it, so it would get low engagement and the algorithm would look at that negatively, and the guy watching it's like, that's the stupidest fucking thing I ever heard. No, this guy's just wrong. This guy is just wrong.
Why would I didn't even hear that? Why would you suggest such a thing?
Some people
you should always push out to your subscribers. They're there for you for a reason.
Some people, well, his argument was that it would have a negative effect on the reach of the product, but also just like the guy reviewing that advice was just like, no, he's talking out of his ass. This is terrible advice. But some people just, it's when you stream and when you are constantly streaming, constantly chatting, you're filling dead air, and some people get really used to and really comfortable with just talking out of their ass about nothing. I would be unsurprised if a lot of large streamers and content creators, the stories they tell, if they just fucking make it up on the spot. If some of the things they say they do, they've never done. they're just
I feel like
frequently lying
lot
about
of,
it, and it's just
big,
awful.
the big VTubers probably do that, right?
Oh, probably, yeah.
I'm not gonna name any names, but like
Obviously
there's
not.
definitely stories out there that do not sound real.
Yeah,
and
it's
by big VTubers, I mean those who have like 100,000 plus
yeah,
supporters.
yeah, because
Not
just from a pure standpoint of like, these are people who spend all day either streaming or working on stuff around streaming. How do they have time for all these stories that they're telling? Like, maybe they have very interesting lives, or maybe they're just full of shit. I'm leaning a little bit more towards the second one than the first, so they might have more interesting lives than me. They certainly have more money than me and can get up to more trouble. But yeah, it's there is almost a degree of like, you get so used to just lying all the time that when you're confronted in any way, shape, or form with something that breaks that illusion, you double down, you keep lying to cover your ass instead of just being human. Like there's definitely a degree of long-term content creation lifestyle does things to people and it messes them up. You've seen it with some of them, like some of the big ones
as well,
that
though,
are just
like,
well, I'm saying content creation as VTubing and the broader streamer, Instagrammer, that like all content creation platforms, like there is a mindset that people eventually build into, at least the successful ones. And some of them are just nuts. Some of them are just actually like, you hear stories about people like basically living like slobs in their house, but they make a ton of money and are tremendously successful at it, but they're basically basket cases that are hyper focused. Like if they were a video game character build, they are specialized into whatever they do good for their job, and everything else is basically at starting. They have no skills in anything else.
But if I may backtrack a little bit, what I was trying to say was like, with VTubing, like we kind of, not we, but I guess some lose their sense of humanity because they have to play the role of their characters so much that they lose touch with themselves, and they get so absorbed in playing this Persona reference that it just
a VTuber friend of mine described it as this: there's a lot of people in the VTuber space who have what she described as main character syndrome, and that is such a great way of describing what people turn into.
Yeah, I've definitely seen that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, expecting me to know every little detail about what's going on with you when we haven't spoken in like weeks.
Yeah, there's a lot of things with that. Yeah. But what was I just gonna say? I had something on the tip of my tongue and then I lost it. But yeah, no, Pirate in general, like I heard a little bit about around the Stop Killing Games initiative, but I really was like on the peripheral of that. I did not know much about that entire thing other than he got involved somehow and it was a big kerfuffle. But like I have curated my feed to such an extent that things like that rarely penetrate my sphere unless I go looking for them. And that is by design. Yep.
I'm such a child.
That's fine.
Penetrate.
But yeah, there's definitely a lot of narcissists, and I kind of had it in my notes a little bit to segue over to my topic. We'll bounce back and forth here. One of my things is one of my top.
Talk about what Foxy raised. I know you're like, you feel like it does fit in with your topic, but I feel like it's its own separate topic, don't you? Like,
followed some people online for a while and seen where they changed for worse ways, and others I felt like I have grown up alongside them.
I want to focus on the growing up alongside them part more than they've changed for the worst ways, because I feel like the worst ways part does segue into your thing.
Yep.
So if we focus on the last part, so like, is there anyone that you have felt you have grown up alongside them?
Not really. I've gotten very used to. I've definitely seen a lot of people like when like things shut down or things disappeared, like sometimes people are very distraught and upset about that. But for me, like, that has been a part of my growth on the internet over the last like 20 years or so, because I've just seen things build up and go away, build up and go away. And it's not, for me, that's part of the cycle. It's not the great big tragedy that others are sometimes experiencing for the first time. So like, there are constantly content creators that I follow and then stop following, or people that do interesting things that all of a sudden I'm like, I don't like where they branched off to. I went in a different direction in my own personal life. And so there really aren't, like, probably the oldest content creators that I follow in any sense. I still follow the Vlog Brothers, Hank and John Green. And I still follow this one guy that does like movie reviews, that he won like a contest and got like given his 15 minutes by Philip DeFranco from the Philip DeFranco show. Way back in the day. But that guy does movie reviews and I still watch him. But those are probably the two oldest brands I follow on YouTube at the very least.
Okay. I mean, I have I have had the what am I trying to think of? Not the benefit, but like, I guess I'm lucky to have the experience of feeling like I've grown up alongside people that I watch. So, for example, there is Mithy Moo on YouTube that I've watched for years. There's I'm not going to say that one name, kind of controversial at the moment. There was... I should probably open my YouTube and look at my subscription list, but I'm not going to. Yeah, so I'll take Mithy for example. We're the same age, and I started later than him in terms of like streaming, obviously, or content creation. And I think when I go back and watch the old videos, I'm always like, damn, there's like this feeling of nostalgia which comes from watching them, and sort of missing those times, but it always brings me back to like, wow, what such growth that you've had in these years. It always astounds me, really, how people can grow so quick. And I guess in a way, sometimes we have to. So, yeah, just wanted to beat that bush a little bit before we moved on to.
Yeah, no, that's
negativity.
Fair. Because for me, like, what's the example for me? Because I mentioned like I don't really have like doc things like that in my life. Like, I used to read a lot of manga online. Back when that piracy for that was a little bit easier. There was this old site called One Manga that was basically like a free Netflix for manga. Like you never paid a subscription. Anybody put out any chapter, this place collected it, hosted it, and made it available for people to read. So of course they got cease and desisted to hell and back. And definitely the biggest series you couldn't read there because they long since had been removed. But there was a time when they just got so many cease and desists from so many companies. They're like, our catalog is going to effectively be nothing. We're just going to close the site. And other things have kind of sprung up in that style since then, but that was like the big one that started off with. And, you know, I had to say goodbye to that place. And it was a place I went to regularly. It's a place I went to probably every day for several years of my life. And I had to let it go. But I also had to do the same thing with webcomics like Mega Tokyo, which hardly ever updates anymore. Bunch of other webcomics. So there's a few that I started reading in college that I still read. I still read Penny Arcade. I still read Control Alt Delete, which are both webcomics that I started reading in college close to 20 years ago.
Hang on. Control Alt Delete webcomic. I'm gonna check if it's on. Oh,
it's a free.
They have their own website.
Oh yeah. Yeah, these are not like webtoons. These are full blown like back in the old 2000 webcomic days where you'd get a site and you'd have an artist and you would just make comics. There's a bunch of like really old ones I have around, but like Some of them finished. Some of them just kind of sputtered out into nothing. Some of them had constant problems with update cycles. There's one I love that was this like vampire werewolf alternate universe one called Shifters that was really good, and then it got really far in. It was super interesting, and then they did a freaking reboot of the entire storyline. But they couldn't keep a consistent update schedule. I think I looked it up earlier this year or last year, and there was only like 10 more comics from when I read it over 5 years ago. Like that's all they put out. It's like, yeah, that's just a terrible production cycle. You guys suck. You are not doing a good job putting out comics. Mega Tokyo is kind of in the same spot. We're just like the people making it are just focused on other things, so they're not updating it. So yeah, seeing a thing of like the idea that something has been in my life for so long, but I grew up alongside it, is not anathema to me. It's not, but it's so outside of my norm. Losing things is more the norm for me, and that's not even in the like. It's not even in a sad, painful way. It's just like, yeah, that's part of it. You have the spring where you find something and it's good. The summer where it's really great. The fall where it's kind of not looking that good anymore and the updates are slowing down. And the winter where you're like, oh yeah, this is just dead and I need to move on. And I do.
Like,
enjoy your lurk.
There's a... Thank you for the lurking. Oh, Out of Fear, not Gengar. Out of Fear, thank you for the lurk, Daddy Out of Fear. Ooh, so cute, so handsome. There's a webcomic I follow called 19 Days, and I don't think it has a consistent upload schedule, but I don't think I will ever stop reading it. I think it's just because there's been like 350 plus chapters, and it's all about this group of 4 guys discovering that they have like feelings. Like there's 2 guys, they have feelings for each other, and the other 2 guys, they have feelings for each other as well, and it's about them like traversing that in, well, Korea, which isn't exactly accepting.
A little messy,
yeah. So they're struggling with their own feelings because they're like, is this right to be feeling this way? But now 380 plus chapters later, we're finally getting to the part where it's like they are being more affectionate towards each other. Like for both couples, I mean.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, this is so angsty, but also so cushy and sweet. I need to go back to reading that actually.
Yeah, that's really sweet.
Because I take a break because like I said, it doesn't update very consistently, so I take like a few months breaks then binge all of the chapters.
Exceedingly valid. On the topic of things people growing up with, I think there's probably going to be a bunch of people who are going to go through a hard time whenever One Piece and Naruto finish. Because Naruto finished initially, but then they had Boruto, which basically is kind of like filling the gap as it's the next generation. But One Piece in particular, when that thing is finally done, and it is a narrative story, it is going to end at some point. That's going to be a big vacuum in a lot of people's lives. Because there are some people that just grew up with One Piece, and it's been around for 30 years at this point, something crazy like that. Over 20, like, yeah, it's gonna be huge when that finally goes away.
I recommend that when One Piece ends, all those watching it just restart. Just restart watching it from the very beginning, you know? Spend the next 10, 20 years of your life rewatching it all over again. Relive those moments, you know? Just go back to it.
Yeah, let's go from that super crisp 2020 whatever arts animation style to that nice good old crunchy 1990s animation. It'll be
You'll love it, though.
It'll be flawless. No, I'm joking a little bit.
Gengar's like, let's go. We're not doing a marathon of it. We'll be here until I die.
Yeah, I'm absolutely not marathoning One Piece in any space. I will say, for me, for One Piece, I read the manga, because I can read that faster than I can watch the episodes. It's 1,000 episodes of anime. It's 500 hours. I don't have that kind of time anymore. I'm a content creator.
It's more, isn't it?
Well, it's over 1,000, but it's at least 500
Oh.
hours. The manga is
Yeah, it's a
longer.
lot more.
It has more chapters, but like I can burn through a chapter real fast.
Yeah, you're a very fast reader, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
You like reading so much. I mean, I do too, but
I was chewing through 1,000-page Robert Jordan books in middle school. I am a
People
prodigious
used to
reader.
accuse me of fake reading because I read books so quickly, and I was just like, no, how do you fake read something? Like,
I
why
did
would I do that?
I did have a funny moment with somebody that recommended a book series to me, and I went to her and was like chatting with her about the book, and I'm like talking about the characters, and she's just like, "You're a speed reader, aren't you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I am. How do you know that?" And she's like, "Because you keep saying his name wrong. You keep calling him this, but it's actually a slightly different name." And I'm like, "Oh shit!"
Oh, you got caught. Ow!
No, like I remembered the events going on. I just I was fuzzy on the details because the character's name, I think I kept calling him Aran, Aran, and his name was Aral, Aral. So just it was one letter different.
Oh, okay.
I'm dyslexic because I'm speed read in my head, just not out loud. Exactly, I do the same thing, Foxy. I can zoom in my head, but I don't read it out loud.
You chose to read the manga, Gengar, because you're waiting for the episodes. You needed to know what was happening.
Valid, Gengar, very valid. Manga's pretty good too. He's been fairly consistent with the manga style, like the visual look of it, whereas the anime has absolutely had a glow up over time.
Yes.
The newer
But I
episodes are
think
much
that
better than the old.
happens with technological advances in anime.
Yeah, and they also have times where they bring in different directors, and the directors like have different ideas, and yeah, they're not gonna have the same people making it in the 2020s that did in the 1990s.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
Sadly, I think we've lost the thread on that segue a long time ago, though.
That's fine. I'm glad we have these like chats though.
Yeah.
Because then I understand we bring topics like along, but it's nice to go off topic sometimes.
Sometimes.
It's refreshing for my brain.
But
Um,
let me go a little on topic with my overall topic of now we mentioned VTuber news. We talk a lot about VTuber news, and it's been kind of a running theme this year for us. So like every time we have a Dan and Dan, it's like, wow, VTubing's been kind of on fire lately. Twitch has these weird hip rules, and oh, actually this one's VTuber got canceled because of this stuff in here, and this way that they're acting this way, and Niji Sanji, man, Niji Sanji, they're the worst.
let's not name them.
So the last Dan and Dan was in June. I'm sure we all remember what happened at the end of July in the VTubing industry with a certain English VTuber company. We have interesting VShojo.
Oh, I didn't know they were English.
Oh yeah, no, they were all English. Oh yeah. No, yeah,
Amelie's
they're
not English.
she's
Oh, no.
speaks
She's not
English.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. I thought you meant English as
Not United Kingdom, no.
I get you now.
Yeah. But no, they kind of blew up, and a whole lot of stuff came out, and once again 2025 is this weird year for a lot of cursed VTuber stuff happening.
V shot themselves in the foot.
Well, no, the talent did not do anything wrong. The management shot everybody in the freaking face. Last I heard, as a bit of news, because we're not going to go into too much of like what happened, because everybody's just heard it to death. But last I heard, the entertainers that were part of that company were trying to get their merch from the warehouse. They know where it is. They've approached the warehouse to try and get their merch. The warehouse said that they haven't been paid by the company. The streamers are like, okay, let us pay you then. And the warehouse, I think, is actually turning them down. I think contractually they need to keep it for VShojo still, which has not declared bankruptcy yet, so they can't liquidate it through other means. So people have not received their merch orders.
They'll liquidate it through the merch. That's the thing.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's just the whole thing is a mess, and it's still being worked out. So if you're in any of the streams for those people, give them a hug. They're probably going through a lot right now. But in the other news of VTubing being a mess, and also Dan's topic of the fall of the narcissist, there was some other VTubing news in August where one fairly large English VTuber streamer. I'm not going to name names for this, but for those in the know, probably you figured. Nah,
name them.
No, I don't remember all their names. But one VTuber came out with a 90 pages of a Google Doc against somebody else. That person who was accused, then their counter Google Doc included a recording of an intervention phone call, which everybody basically heard that and went, wait, did you get everybody's permission before you recorded this? That's a little creepy. And they effectively got torn apart by the internet mob for doing that. And then they
have to have consent for those things.
If it's not a legal requirement, it's certainly a moral requirement, because not every place. It's an interesting bit of backstory for me. My last job pointed this out very strongly, that you need to get consent from both sides to do any recording. But something that caught my eye, because there was actually a court case, maybe 5 to 10 years ago, about two music performers. One was in California, the other was in New York, and one of them had recorded the phone call. And one of the states you needed everybody just to agree to the recording, and the other state where the recording was done, only one of the parties needed to be aware of it. And they were basically like, oh, this is going to have to go to the Supreme Court to decide whose law takes precedent.
Is this the Taylor Swift Kanye thing?
Oh, I think it's long before that. No, this is 5
okay.
or 10 years ago. I think it was two rappers, if I'm being perfectly honest. It's a long time ago. But it's like kind of the thing I saw where I'm like, oh, that's an interesting court case. I wonder what they'll decide. And it promptly ejected completely from my brain.
That's all right. So,
but
I was gonna raise with getting if only one person has consent or knowledge of the recording, it kind of gives the other person, the one doing the recording, in a bad light, because it's like, well, you could say things to
lead the conversation,
get a certain response, which will obviously portray that person in a negative way, and no one would have any idea, right? So you're being really manipulative, or even not manipulative, coercive, shady, because you're then controlling that conversation entirely. Yeah,
like I said, even if there's not a moral or a legal requirement to do it, there is 100% a moral requirement. If you want to be a good person, let everybody know you're recording the fucking conversation. That is a thing you should do. But eventually, the person who was accused, the person who shared the recording, later came out and announced their graduation from VTubing as a reply to accusing somebody else of a sex crime. They're basically like, well, this person's a sex criminal, and here's some incredibly redacted screenshots that prove nothing. I'm just going to accuse him. And then their reply is like, not like it matters to me anymore. I'm graduating as a VTuber, and I won't be rebranding. I'll get out my merch orders to those who I still owe them to, and then I'm gone. And it's like,
you say that they're not gone, by the way.
No, their account's still around. Yeah, I know.
They have not stopped streaming either.
One of their most recent
tweets was literally them talking about a stream collab that they've got going on.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like,
good old narcissists.
Okay, so you say you're gonna disappear off the internet for a bit and not stream, and then that lasts a week.
Yeah.
And then you come back.
Yeah,
I think everyone's moved on.
Yeah, I fully have blocked them. They are just when the initial accusation came out, I kind of skimmed through the 90 pages, but I'm like, yeah, this person just has a laundry list, and I'm gonna see what the reaction is. Oh, their reaction was a recording. Oh yeah, no, fuck you. And I'm pretty good at reading people, and I'm unsurprised with the person I read as a bad person proved to be a bad person. Yeah.
You were surprised?
I was sorry, unsurprised. Unsurprised.
Oh.
I misspoke.
I was being sarcastic then. I
It-
was
it-
like, you were surprised the bad person was a bad person?
No,
Oh.
I was completely unsurprised that was the case. So yeah, it's just like, yeah, that was definitely a thing that, like, as soon, much like the April call out for somebody who we won't mention by name as well. Like, once there's blood in the water and people realize they weren't the only.
Who you're on about? Who was the April call out about?
That was okay. That was Cinder. You should know that one.
Oh,
Yeah.
I forget things. Also, that was so long ago. Oh my gosh, where's the year going?
I know, right? Yeah, so it's been a crazy year. Though I did have one story that was VShoja related that I wanted to share because it's actually funny. It's a little bit amusing. It's not sad at all. So a long time ago, I did buy some VShojo merch. I bought 2 desk mats, one of Silvervale and one of Vebe. And understandably, they both left the company. I'm like, okay, that's fine. It happens. Well, earlier this year, Matara Khan did a merch drop, and I bought a keychain, a t-shirt, and a desk mat. And Matara Khan also left the company at the end of April. At which point, I started looking at my hands a little funny, and I'm like, do I have the weirdest superpower in the world? Like, it's dumb and it's stupid. I clearly don't. But what if I do? How would I know? I'd have to test it, wouldn't I? So I ordered a 4th desk mat from VShojo. I have gotten it. It is here. I'm using it right now. But in June, Giga announces she's leaving VShojo, and I look at my desk mat and go, okay, that one wasn't me. And then like 2 or 3 weeks later, Zentreya announces she's leaving VShojo, and I look at my desk mat and go, okay, that one wasn't me either. And then a few weeks after that, Iron Mouse drops a bomb, and everybody leaves VShojo, and I look at my Amelie desk mat and go, goddamn, monkey's paw! It's a ridiculous story that just like, when all of that was hitting, I'm just sitting there the whole time, like just watching all of this happen, sitting in front of a desk mat that I'm kind of looking at like, the fuck did I do? I know it's not me, but also, the fuck did I do? You respect Iron Mouse so much after this? Yeah, she's great. Everything I've ever heard about her is great.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, being able to live her life with the conditions she has through the technology that we've got, it's a massive like, where am I going with this? What's the words
She is an inspiration to a great many people.
Yes. But it also brings me a lot of happiness to know that there are those out there willing to like support her. Like,
oh yeah.
Financially.
Oh yeah.
Even though she's unable to like work, because there's so much discrimination against those with illnesses who are unable to work. You know, less abled or disabled, however you wish to call it.
She has had tremendous challenges and has thrived thanks to the love and support of an enormous number of people. And nothing has ever stood out more than when she left the company and she's like, this charity didn't get the money, let's raise it again. And they not only did that, they basically, I think they tripled her initial donation. Like, because her whole thing was like $500,000 in charity money was missing. And like, they raised definitely over $1 million. I thought they raised over 1.5. Which was, again, triple of what she originally had promised. And the charity, like, even made a video where they're like, we don't know what to do. Our life has entirely changed. Oh my god. Thank you all so much. And it's just like, we did a good thing. I gave money to that. I didn't give a lot. I didn't have a lot, but I sure as hell gave some. I'm like, yeah, no, we're going to support Iron Mouse. She's one of the few people that can be like, please help these people. And everybody in the VTuber space is like, fuck yeah, Iron Mouse said it. Let's do it. Like we're all just rolling up our sleeves and getting to business. But yes,
I like that we had a bit of positivity there.
Yeah. I mean, I mean that
Not everything sucks, okay?
not everything sucks, and that is a good thing for mental health and being in a good headspace is trying to focus on the positive more than the negative, because there are positives out there. Like, yes, V Shoujo's collapse was a enormous dumpster fire, but we have Iron Mouse's phenomenal support for that charity. She did right by them.
Charity.
People did right by her, and it was amazing. And we also have my silly, stupid desk mat story, which is weird and bizarre, but it's one of those things like, if you're not laughing, you're at least smiling a little bit like, holy shit, that's a fucking weird story, Deus. I can't believe that happened. This is... So it's funny and it's silly. Honestly, I don't know much about the VTuber space. Most people I follow are VTubers. Yeah, it's a very big space, and it's very easy to miss
huge.
things.
Honestly, okay, so a little bit of story time from like when Deus and I were talking about our topics, and you brought up the one you just mentioned just now about those the VTubers, and I was like, I don't know this. Let me go find out. There are literally people who make content that's just talking about VTuber drama.
Oh yeah.
Like more than we do. Okay?
Oh yeah.
Because they do it every hour.
Yeah, God.
It's like, we've got an update on this. There's an update on this. This person's released a statement on this, and it's like,
Yeah, it's...
your whole life is watching other people's lives. When do you live? Like,
yeah, it's a 24-hour news cycle of VTubing, and sadly, we are a big enough space that there is enough content for those people to eat. Some of it is also them just exaggerating things that don't need exaggerating, because like a great example of that is earlier this year after Cinder left, there was a post where people in her Discord, the mods, were announcing they were going to unlock the Discord so everything wasn't bolted down and nobody could talk. And basically people saw that announcement, they're like, oh, she's coming back, and it's like, that's not what they said. They're just allowing people to talk in the official Discord again because they had it locked down for a month because this shit was serious and they knew it would be a dumpster fire to moderate. So they just locked it down until people calmed down a bit more. And then that didn't happen.
kind of, I don't know how I feel about, like, there were no repercussions, or now there are no repercussions for what happened with Cinder. And that's the thing, we're so quickly to forget because there's always a next juicy thing around the corner.
Yeah, a little bit. Like, the repercussions are definitely she's lost her ability to make an income within this space. I don't think
that's true, though, because she can still stream on Twitch.
Well, she hasn't lost her account, like, certainly. But, like, she was never somebody... She had her own stuff that she did, but she was also big on doing collabs with other people. And, like, her initial friend group is never going to work with her again. People who want to look good to her friend group are never going to work with her again or risk being blacklisted. People on the up and up who idolize her friend group are never going to work with her again. She's had a total reputation blowout, and the only people that are left that would really support her are basically either the diehards who frankly are causing a lot of trouble on the internet at times, or people that are just like, okay, she did really bad, I want to give her one more chance to be on the fence and hear some more information and see
diehards mean again?
just like ride or die. Like they are never going to not be on her side. Like she could yell at them and they'd be like, yeah, no, she was right, we actually are wrong. Like, most people I follow properly are people I usually trust to be genuinely amazing people. That's what you got to do, Foxy. You gotta filter out the bad ones to make it good. Instead of slowing down the fire, it's spreading more. Because last thing would be want or need to be okay. Yeah. It's a mess, and it's tricky. But I don't. She's not going to be able to come back to the numbers she had before if she comes back at all. She's going to have difficulty. She certainly can't get another model by the same person that made her old one, because that artist will never work with her again. So she's going to lose her unique look that she spent so much time cultivating. She's going to have a hard time tying back into the VTuber support infrastructure because Clippers aren't going to want to work with her because they might be blacklisted. She's gonna have problems finding artists and riggers, and there's so much that are tied into this space to make things work that when you get that bad of a reputation, it's going to be really hard to do anything again. And that's probably part of the reason why she hasn't come back. And also just like anytime she might have considered it, all she has to do is just check Twitter and see people losing their absolute fucking minds over things. And just kind of, that probably just makes you go like, I don't feel like coming back to this. So I don't know if she'll ever be back, but you are right that there isn't going to be meaningful consequences. She's not going to lose her account. She lost her friends. She lost her reputation. She's certainly not making as much money now as she would be if she were streaming. So she's lost income. But like, in terms of long term, like, she's not going to go to jail for it. It's not going to be that kind of accountability.
No, I don't even know if they would do jail for that though, because I think it's high scale, extreme bullying.
Kind of. Somebody
in the eyes of the court.
Somebody described it as like basically her doing the equivalent of corporate espionage, which is a pretty accurate way to describe like kind of what she did. But like, you're not going to take a corporate espionage case to a judge for two anime girl IP brands. Like that's gonna just get you some very strange looks in the court, and it's not gonna happen. Like,
plus they'd be there. Sorry, I just imagined like a TV screen in the witness box, and they're on the TV screen.
That is what some people would certainly try to do. I think the judge would shut that down real fast.
I feel like the judge would just be like, yeah, I'm done listening to you, and just turn the TV off.
No, just don't turn it off, just put it on mute.
Oh yeah.
Just mute it.
Oh my god.
But yeah, no, so, and that's the thing, like, yeah, for a lot of people, there just aren't going to be meaningful changes, because this is also a community that's very easy to just have for people to rebrand and come back again. So, but that's part of the community. That anonymity that keeps us safe is also the anonymity that allows people to do things like that and be kind of shitty.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So there isn't a perfect world that has both, where you can have both anonymity and accountability. And what we have now is a compromise that, like most compromises, doesn't really make anybody truly happy.
Yeah, I get that.
But no, it's not a bad world. There are still tremendously good things happening in this space. There are good times to be had, good memories to make. It's all about what we focus on. The whole story concept that I was bringing up with like, oh, this is such a bad year for VTubers is because that's the narrative I see online on the internet, and it just, that narrative kind of stopped in April, where people were just like, I don't want to talk about it being a bad year for VTubers. We all know that it is. It's the curse. Let's stop talking about it. Like, but it's a funny segue to be like, every time we think it's a bad year for VTubers, we come back 3 months later. It's like, man, we were wrong then. It hadn't even started.
I really hope that both of us can, because it's not going to go away. There will definitely be VTuber drama between now and our next one in December, right? But I really hope that the both of us just don't see it. We just don't see it. That would be the best outcome, is that my
hope, and I am knocking on actual physical wood as I say this. Knock on wood. I'm just hoping none of it escalates, because it's been escalating over the course of the year. Hi, Searchu.
Hi, Searchu.
Searchu is a Soulsborne player who is incredibly cracked and skilled at those games. And I am giving her a shout out to everybody, because she is a fantastic streamer, and yes, much love for her. Also, thank you for stopping by, Searchu. I always appreciate it.
Oh, why didn't you do an actual shout out?
I guess I could do that too.
Yeah, because then I can follow.
I'll do that then.
I'll do it as well.
How's stream going? Stream is going well. We've been going for about 2 hours, chatting about a bunch of things. We were just talking about the dumpster fire that is VTuber drama in 2025, and how, okay, the glass is mostly empty, but it's a little bit full, and there are good times to be had. like people finding great games like Expedition 33.
Care package.
Which one? Exactly, Search You. That question alone exactly proves my point. Which one?
A lot of them. We've tried to cover a lot.
There are so many of them that we have to ask which one.
I want to know,
Let's go.
when are we getting big Deuscain?
Oh,
When
like a live 2D model?
the big yes.
We still have 3 months left in the year. Yeah, I know, Search You. So a little bit of news about that. Partially, it's not. Well, one, it's not going to happen this year. I was hoping to shop for a model, and
It's okay.
I'll be honest, I had to replace my entire computer in February or March because the old one was acting real shitty.
Oh,
And then in June, I had $1,000 worth of car payments that I needed to do to fix my car. So I was $4,000 in the hole this year. Plus I had some other stuff. So I have been desperately trying to put money back into the bank to pay things off. I actually had a really good month last month where I plan for 2 paychecks a month, but twice a year I have a month where I get 3 of them, and I treat that third check as just a bonus. And last month was one of those, and I managed to put about 75% of that bonus check into the bank. I did a phenomenal amount of progress towards paying back the money that I took out.
nice.
Have I found an artist yet? I have a commission in with somebody that I am considering as an artist. I have somebody doing an illustration. Depending on how well they do for the illustration, I might approach them for doing a live 2D model. I'm also toying with the idea of just going to like a big studio like Iron Vertex or someplace like that and just having them do it because of the quality of the people working for them. It's going to cost more, but
Yes.
it's going to take something that I already know is going to be stressful and just ratchet the stress down a lot, because I'm going to be working with actual professionals who know what they're doing and have their shit together.
Yeah, speaking from experience, yes, but like the price does massively increase, but the quality is massively increased as well. Like, look at me. Sorry, that's probably weird for those on your side who cannot actually.
What's funny, you're like, look at me as you point to chat, which is hilarious to me.
Look at me, chat. Look at me right now. I'm a little potato. Look at me.
But yeah, Sergio, if you're just like, yeah, no, I think I know somebody that'll be a great fit for you, hell yeah, DM me on Discord. Let me know who it is, because I have a list of people that I'm like, okay, these are my short list of artists that I'm considering, and then also here are the studios I'm looking at. So there is a list, but yeah, unfortunately, it has not been started because finances have been a concern, and it's been a bad year for money for everybody. So I haven't really been in a rush to do the full live 2D Deuscain. I will admit. I also know it's going to be expensive because I know what some of the toggles I want are going to be. I'm going to want to take the jacket off. I'm going to want to be able to take the vest and the tie off and have like the shirt unbuttoned. So feel like most artists only do female presenting or super anime style. Yeah, that's been my challenge. Not only that, or even when they do guys, finding one who's willing to do beards and also do beards well. Holy shit, that's a challenge. That is such a oh god, I can't find somebody. Occasionally I find them, like I used to have a live 2D model that I used last year. There was like a little bobblehead doll, but I changed my design. That's the second generation model design, and using that model also requires putting an attribution in for the artist who did the design, and I don't like them very much. I like the person who made the model, the person who illustrated and rigged the model. Bless them, love them, they're great. The person who made that model design is on my blacklist.
Oh no.
Yeah, I had a bad experience with them. Several small bad experiences, and then one really big one at the end that just burned that bridge and did not look behind me. But
Protect yourself, yeah.
Exactly. But so it is coming. I'm probably going to start it sometime next year. The illustration in question, I'm supposed to get it back early January. So the artist might finish it sooner. Hopefully they do. But if they do a really great job, I might approach them about doing a model. Because yeah,
Nice.
it's one of those things. The price tag is so high. I know I could do this incrementally, but I almost would rather just get the thing done that I want. Because that's the thing. Like there's two types of VTubers. There's people like Iron Mouse who get a new model all the time, and there's people like one of my favorite content creators, Vividly Vivi, who is still using her original VTuber model she got from Iron Vertex 4 years ago, 5 years ago. She still uses the OG. And it still looks great.
I doubt I'm gonna change. This is my one and done. Sure, I'll add toggles and things, and like for example, if you looked
like do a costume change.
Stream, yeah, and my tail is now behind me rather than like swinging down below. Like yeah, I'll get those little things that add flavor and such, but I'm not gonna. This is like I said. This is my true self.
Yeah, you'll look for something new.
Just going to quote.
You'll look for somebody new if and only if the person you're working with now can no longer take clients. I think.
Yeah. If Kujimori Sama, if she got to a point where she needed to stop, then I would have to really consider if it's better to change how I look.
Fair.
Yeah.
I do have an ad coming up in about a minute and a half though. Do we want to tap it now?
Let's go.
No. We'll keep going. Because I wanna just ask chat if this tail position is better than the one yesterday. Because yesterday's one, it was horizontally flipped the other side, so it was going off towards like. When you're looking at the screen, it was going off towards the right, and that was kind of like off screen. Whereas this one is more on the left side if you're looking at the screen. So, is this better? Can you see more of the tail now? Because before you couldn't, and we got rid of the misty shadowed effect as well, so the colors are popping. I'm sorry, this interjection is kicking my ass right now.
It's the sound of it popping.
Oh yeah. Pop. Tail looks good. Thank you, Nova. Thank you.
I'm only looking at my stream. I'm going to give it both tails a big thumbs up.
Both tails? Do I have two tails?
Well, you had two positions. You said you had the one on the right and the one on the left, right?
Oh yeah. But the one where it goes on the right doesn't really exist anymore because I'm not going to use that.
Ad break in 5 seconds, folks.
Okay. See you after the ads.
See you in a few, folks. And we are back.
Ding bong.
Bing
Ding
bong.
bong.
So, thus far we have talked about the Hollow Knight Silksong. We have talked about the fall of the narcissist. We have segued into VTuber news for completely unrelated reasons to the narcissist thing, of course. Let's move to something a great bit more positive.
Positivity incoming because
Let's go.
yes. Thanks, J-Log. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, buddy.
Do you want to introduce it or shall I?
It was your topic. I can do it for you if you'd like, but it was your topic.
I can do it. So, what I wanted to talk about now is I wanted to see what everyone's first games that you played, like ever. Now, to clarify, this can include ones that you watched someone else play. So, you know, that was the first game you watched someone play. What was the first game that you played yourself? What was the first game you played and you could not finish? There's a whole lot of range of
Gaming,
firsts.
various gaming firsts. Yes.
Yeah.
Would you like me to begin the conversation then? Were you asking me, or did you want to give your example first?
Let's go.
I'll give one of mine.
Okay.
So the first game I ever saw was Pokemon Yellow on the Game Boy. And
Okay.
it was my one of my brothers played it, and that's how I actually got introduced into Pokemon. So
Nice.
yeah.
So I am, unsurprisingly, one of what we shall refer to as the olds. I don't know fully what my first game was, but I suspect it was Pitfall for the Atari. Because my parents had an old Atari gaming console in their bedroom when I was 5 years old or younger. This is a pre-Nintendo gaming console, and Pitfall is like an old, like you're in a jungle. It's like kind of a platforming game. It's not very well explained. It's very easy to die, and I definitely died a lot. And they definitely had a bunch of games on there, but Pitfall was one of the ones I remember playing. Probably one of the first ones I played on my own would have been with the NES, and it probably would have been Duck Hunt or Super Mario Brothers. On the original Nintendo Entertainment System in the 1990s. Early 1990s. Maybe late 80s even. Yeah.
Let's go.
As I said, I'm one of the olds.
Did you play like the original Disney Hercules game on the PlayStation 1?
No. I kind of had aged out of a lot of the Disney games. I think I played and rented the Lion King Disney game on the SNES.
Yes.
But I did not play the Hercules one, no.
That's right. I just remember it being really difficult at some points fighting the Hydra.
Yeah, some of the older games, like, as much as people want to complain that games are hard now, some of the games that are out, like, from when I was young are still considered some of the hardest games ever. Take an example here. Super Ghosts and Ghouls for the SNES. A game that you play a game that you play through the entire game as a knight in a suit of armor. You pick up upgrades where you like get armor or you change your armor. It changes how your attacks work. Where they might be further ranged or multi-hit or things like that. And you like get different weapons. But you get to the end of the game and they're like, "Oh hey, you beat the Demon Lord, but you didn't do it with the gauntlet. The only weapon that can kill him. Go back and get the gauntlet," and you start over the game again. You get the gauntlet, you lose your armor, and you must play through the entire game a second time. But this time, it's basically, instead of having like the Super Mario like Mega Mushroom that lets you tank a hit before you die, you are in just boxers running through this game as like King Arthur with this magical gauntlet, trying to get back to the end boss to beat him a second time with the right weapon in order to win. It is
In boxes, though.
it is one of
Oh
I will try and find an image for this. Let me see.
Nova says, wasn't Lion King considered to be really hard to beat? Des, can you shed some light on that? If you can remember.
Probably, but I don't remember ever beating it.
You didn't beat it. Oh my.
No, this was back when they still had Blockbuster videos and you could rent stuff. And I definitely rented it for a weekend. I rented a Star Wars one too. I sent you a photo, Dan, by the way.
Oh, let me have a look.
Let me actually...
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's old, ain't it?
Holy moly.
Let's go.
Grab this for chat. It's probably gonna look super sus to put it there. But Google share image for Super... Is it Super Ghouls and Ghosts is what it was called? Super Ghouls and Ghosts. And it's... Yeah, and it's just... It's such an old-ass game.
It does look, yeah.
But like Battletoads is another one of those where it's just like, this game is just on hard mode.
Thank you for the follow, Amaya. Welcome in. Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Thank you so much for the follow.
But yeah, some of the older ones were really punishing. And then Foxy said here about playing Animal Crossing New Leaf, didn't know how to save at first, restarted multiple times as a result of this, and the final town when you knew how to save you played as a dude and sent love letters to the villager, a pink bear called Pinky. Ask me why. Thank you for the follow, Amaya. Yeah, it's interesting. I had kind of a similar experience with the PlayStation when that finally came out, because I bought the PlayStation because of a game called Breath of Fire 3. But before that, I used to go to Blockbuster and I used to rent a PlayStation console from Blockbuster with the game for you could. You had a down payment you had to put in case the console went missing and didn't come back. But unfortunately, shifting from NES to PlayStation, there were some things I didn't know, like memory cards. So the first weekend I had Breath of Fire 3, I couldn't save because I didn't have any memory cards.
Oh,
so I got really good at playing the start of that game because every time I turned it off, I lost everything. My parents wouldn't let me keep the game on over long periods of time.
Thanks, Amaya. We do look amazing, darling. Amazing indeed.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Oh, don't put on that flirty voice.
Played Smash Bros. On the DS, only played as Kirby. Dark purple skin and called it Cursed Kirby. Nice. Kid me did not play games normally. Kid us did not play any games normally. I know I sure didn't play games normally. Actually, here's a fun thing. I remember playing the original Final Fantasy on the NES. Never beat it.
Wow.
Finally, like either last Christmas or the Christmas before, I bought it on sale from Steam and played it. I played through the original Final Fantasy, I beat it, I won, and I finally beat a game that I first played 30 years ago. Oh, I'm so old.
That's good though.
Yeah, man, that final boss hits like a truck. Oh,
I have not played it.
Well,
I was talking to a friend about this, but I haven't played all of the Final Fantasy games.
They're all on Steam, and usually like they have like a pixel glow up version where it's like it's nice and it's pretty and it looks really good. So might be something worth picking up during the sales. But yeah, what other games have you played? Obviously, you said like Pokemon Yellow was the first one you really saw. Was that? Did you get a chance to play that one, or what was your first Pokemon game?
My first Pokemon game was Leaf Green and Fire Red.
Okay.
So I did not get to play Pokemon Yellow because that was on the Game Boy, which was my brother's, and wasn't allowed to play on his things. So I had to wait to get my own I think it was like the very first DS, Nintendo DS, and then got Fire Red, and Leaf Green. So, yeah. And then let's see. I think for the 2DS, I think it was one of the Professor Layton games,
Nice.
or it might have been the original Professor Layton, or it might have been Fire Emblem Awakening. I cannot remember, but I'm looking at the boxes because they're right next to me, and I can see how aged they are. So that's how I'm trying to guess how long I've had them, really.
So my first Pokemon game actually was Pokemon Blue. I had the original first generation Pokemon games. They came out when I was in middle school, and I remember getting the
You
Nintendo
still
Power.
have one?
No, I don't. They're long gone, I think. But I remember getting the old Nintendo Power magazines at the time, and they had this whole insert about Pokemon. They had like a comic of the first couple episodes of the Pokemon animated series before it had ever aired in the US. And I was so hyped about it. I got so wound up about it. I got my mom all convinced to drive to the store so I could buy Pokemon. And I'm reading through the thing again. And I'm like, oh, wait, this doesn't come out for 3 more months. Never mind, Mom. We got time.
Oh my gosh. Poor mum.
Yeah, she definitely put up a lot from me. First game you played on your own was on the PS1 with Final Fantasy VII. Before that, as a kid, I played some SNES and Genesis games on and off via invite from friends and neighbors. Yeah, I've definitely played some things like arcades too that like were on other consoles. I know Sega had a lot of arcade games, because there was one that was called like Alter Beast that was at this like roller rink that I would go to a lot as a kid, and that one I played a lot of, because it was basically like kind of like a side-scrolling fantasy game, sort of like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games, but
Yeah.
you would collect orbs and you would just keep getting like buffer and buffer and buffer, and finally, like when you were max beefcake and you got the last orb, you would transform into a beast, and it would change depending on the level you're in, where it would be like, oh, this beast in level 1 is a werewolf, the beast in level 2 is a dragon, the beast in level 3 is this other thing. And like the final stage was like you're just completely a beast, and you're flying around like on like a flight mission to fight the final boss. Had a lot of games as a kid, but I don't remember finishing them much. Yeah, kind of. Like one of the first games I remember finishing might have been Super Mario Brothers 3, which is actually funny because the version of it they shipped had a fatal flaw where when you beat the game, you only had about 10 seconds to go through the door at the end of that final boss room to actually meet Princess Peach and see the ending screen. I didn't know that at first. So I beat the game, put the controller down, celebrated and hooped and hollered, and I went back to controller, and I couldn't move anymore. I had to replay the whole game.
No.
Like, I'm not even joking. That's how bad it shipped initially.
That's awful.
A little bit, but it's
But it's stuck in your mind because of that, though.
Oh yeah.
Like, you're never gonna forget that.
Nope. It's a memory, but it's a funny one in retrospect. Like, I'm sure I was upset at the time, but
What was the first game? And you know, might be none, but what was the first game that made you cry?
oh god.
For me,
Let's go.
it was Fable 2.
I hear good things about the Fable
That-
games.
That ruined me. Well, not ruined me, but it definitely broke my soul quite heavily.
Yeah. I honestly don't remember, because games have been a part of my life for so long. There probably were some between the ages of 5 to 10 that really just made me cry. I don't remember them. Like one of the last games that really hit me on an emotional level like that, I remember, in addition to Expedition 33, which is a great game and you should play it. But I know Sertu hasn't yet, so I'm not going to go into details about all the things in that. But that game breaks your heart and does it often. But I remember getting through Journey, which is an atmospheric 3D platforming game. It is on Steam now. It used to just be on like PlayStation and Epic Game Store, I think. But you are just a person in a cloak and like desert outfit, and you're just... There's a mountain in the distance with a big light beaming up into the sky, and you're trying to get there. And you get there, and you get there, and like, it's tricky, it's hard, it's platforming, it's puzzling. It is a multiplayer game, but you can't like play it with friends, but you can't tell who is who. Like, it's not really a co-op game in that way. But I did like meet somebody else who was playing the game the first time I was doing it, and they were like solving the last puzzle to get on top of the mountain, and we got up there and it's icy and it's snowy, and we're like trying to dodge the monsters and make it, and we got to the top together, and it's this beautiful moment of just like release and freedom. And I had my buddy and my friend who I don't know anything about. There was no name, there was no nothing, but it hit me. That was a game that did make me cry.
Sounds like an amazing journey that you go on.
Pardon the pun. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even intend for that, actually. Let me look up Journey on Steam real quick. Journey. Is it going to be on? Oh, it is on there. Okay.
It's on Steam.
Oh, yeah. I've seen... I saw Mythimu play this. Yes,
I recommend it. Strongly recommend it. It's a great game. And actually, that developer is putting out another game this year, or soon. Let me see. They do have something in the works, like coming out, but I don't remember what it's called.
Let's go.
Sky Children of Light came out in 2024 by the same people, and then I think that might be it.
Yeah, I thought Sky Children of Light came out.
Okay, yeah. April 2024, but that's by the same group of people. So I bought that because it's the Journey team.
Is that where you get the candles?
No, I don't think you get candles. You find like talismans that extend the length of the scarf on your outfit, but
Oh, okay. No, I'm thinking of something else that I saw Suna play at some point. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Any other topics for what were your first?
Any other firsts?
I guess, what is the most memorable memory you have of a video game? If I asked for a video game quote, what's the first one you would give me?
Breath of Fire 3. There is a point in the game where you're on the run from the mob. You get to this one place where a guy is willing to hide you and smuggle you past like a bunch of guys like searching, so you can get back to like the castle and get this princess safe. And he wants you to go to this landfill and kill a monster that's there. And you go there, it attacks you, and you fight it. And at the end of the fight, the thing's like, "Ow! Would you stop that?" And like it's talking in English, in a language you understand. It's clearly intelligent, and it talks about how it's a byproduct of the experiments they're doing with plant life in the area. And it basically says like, you're just like, "Wow, you're amazing," and it's like, "No, I'm not. I'm a horrible monster. Please kill me." And like you chop it up into bits and you put it on a conveyor belt, and it asks you to flip the switch, and you do. And it's like just before it falls off into like the lava pit there, like the scientist on your team is like, "Please no, I want to study you." And it replies to you, "The desire to know is not necessarily wrong, but if you're not careful, you'll create monsters far worse than I." And that is a line that stuck with me. That game in general is a very good game, but unfortunately I think it's only on the PlayStation 1. I don't know if it's available anywhere else. I know Breath of Fire 4 is available on Steam. There is a PC version. And 4 is a great one. And then Breath of Fire 1 and 2 are actually in the Nintendo Switch eShop. Not eShop. They are in the emulator for the SNES games. So Breath of Fire 1 and 2 are there. 4 is around, but 3 is still like a missing child that I would love to get in a different format because it is such a good game. It just has amazing themes. It has my favorite systems in the entire series. There's actually a dev that loves Breath of Fire 3 so much, they're basically making their own game that's a spiritual successor to Breath of Fire 3. They did a Kickstarter at one point. Didn't get funded, but they're still making the game anyways, and they're going to come back and do another Kickstarter later once they're a little bit more developed. And I am super ride or die for that team because like I look at it, I'm like, this is the game I fell in love with. It looks like the game I fell in love with. They are designing it to basically be a sequel in terms of spirit. What about you? What gaming quotes really stuck with you?
That's a good question. I asked the question and then didn't have an answer for my own question.
Yeah, you were too busy listening to me.
What quote sticks in my head? I don't think I have an answer because nothing's coming to mind, I'm afraid.
It's all spaghetti.
He's all spaghetti. That and I just don't remember a lot.
So do we want to start winding down? I did notice that group of people I was hoping we could raid are live. So we still should talk about, like, obviously finish up on our end, but we want to talk about things we have planned going for the future. Speaking of throwbacks in games, you guys used emulators back in the day, like since the early or mid 2000s. I remember using some in college, JLog, but I haven't used them in a long time. Foxy, mine would be Asterian's lines from Act 2 and 3 because most of them hit home in a way I can't explain. There, Baldur's Gate 3 is solid.
You haven't finished it.
I did so vicariously through a friend. I did not play it on my own.
But that's a good thing though. I would rather finish the game with a friend, because then it's like we've gone on this journey together.
Oh no, this was like watching a streamer play it, like a streamer friend play it.
You
had a Nestopia or ZSNES or a Project 64. Yeah, I had a lot of things like that, JLog, where I would just download ROMs.
Did you ever play Jade Cocoon?
I don't think so. No. That doesn't ring any bells.
I enjoyed it, but I never finished it because I got stuck on this one fight.
No, I'm looking at the cover and it doesn't ring any bells. But yeah, no. As much as I keep talking about Breath of Fire 3, it was the game that got me to buy a PlayStation 1. And I think I bought a PlayStation 2 for Final Fantasy X, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
That's exciting, seeing as I just started my playthrough of that last week.
Most of the characters you obsess over and find attractive, you relate to as well. I mean, that's fair. Like, the characters you pay a lot of attention to are the ones whose messages also get across to you more. So like that makes sense. You spend more time with them, you connect with them more, and then you're also like, oh, but they're also so devastatingly attractive and emotionally intelligent.
Yes. If the character is relatable and attractive and, you know, has tragedy somewhere in their story, generally people like them more.
Touché. Now, shall we start the winding down then?
Yeah, I mean, I can go first. So as I said, Final Fantasy X has Cloudy, thank you for the follow.
Thank you,
Welcome
Cloudy.
in. Hope you're doing well. So yeah, Final Fantasy X on every Friday for the foreseeable future until it's finished.
Nice.
We're doing the expert sphere grid, but we're swapping over who plays what role. So, for example, I've got who have I got? I got Yuna is going down Lulu's route, and I got Titus is going down Waka's route. So yeah, I don't know how the playthrough is gonna go. It could end up fucking me over considerably a lot. But we will see. We will see. Then grabbing my schedule hurriedly. What the hell have I got going on? There is some indie games I want to play. At some point. There's Peak still, Power Wash Sim still. Pokemon Insurgents is restarting. Because Rainbow and I both will have lost our saves because we got new PCs. So we are restarting that. I'm looking forward to that, but it's also going to be absolute hell again because it is a challenging game, and we make it even more challenging just by like throwing in the randomizer and Nuzlocke Soul Link rulings.
God. Yeah, wow.
So,
yeah, that's going to be a little complicated.
It does make it a bit tough. But it means when we've completed the game, we're going to be like, oh, we did it. Oh my gosh, such accomplishment. Look at us. Pat on the back. Cheer for us.
Nice. Hey, I'm happy for you.
But I think that's everything on my front. I don't... well, other than Spooky Week. But again, you've chosen your spooky games. I have not. Or
I
have yet
to choose my spooky games. Yeah, I do have a lot of stuff coming up for Halloween. I've got a new model. I've got 3 pieces of art that are going to be dropping over the next probably month. So I've got a bunch of cool stuff there. I will probably play Hades next month just because of the timing of it works out kind of perfectly.
Yeah, with version 1 releasing.
Yeah, version 1 on the 25th. Like, my start for Spooky Times is going to be the 29th of September because I'm just going to start with the transition week. The other game I know I'm going to be playing is a point-and-click game called Cabernet, where you are a recently turned vampire, a woman who's recently turned into a vampire, and trying to mingle with vampire society. I played the demo that was on Steam. It was very good, and I've been looking forward to playing it more at an appropriate time, and the appropriate time is absolutely going to be spooky season. I'm going to try and finish...
Yes, on my wish list.
I'm going to try and finish Silksong before then, and I'm going to try and finish Dungeons of Hinterberg before then. I don't know how well that's going to go. I might have a little bit of slide into the month with those. But one thing I do have exciting that's going to be coming up soon is I actually am going to have what I believe is going to be my first sponsored stream.
Oh my god!
I had a developer reach out to me on Twitter, and things seemed legit. And they wanted to offer me a copy of a game called Sips and Sonnets. It is go to their... I'm trying to get their description here. There's a story-rich visual novel game that's a 2D indie where you are an old lady running a tea shop in the British countryside. You are a retired journalist. Yeah, like it looks so good, and they like, hey, would you like your free copy? And I'm like, yeah, I would love a copy.
It came out yesterday.
Yep, they reached out to me a couple weeks back, and I'm like, yeah, I would love this. And I reached out like the week it was gonna come out, and I'm like, hey, I haven't heard from you in a little bit. Are we still doing this? Like, yeah, absolutely. We'll send you a key later. And I have my key, I have my copy, and I told them I would play. So I'm gonna do either next week or the week after. I'm gonna do a sponsored stream for Sips and Sonnets.
That's so great. Yeah. I'm so happy for you. Oh my gosh. I'm not tearing up.
But other than that, like once I get done with Spooky Month, I definitely am a little bit fatigued from the long games, because playing an Atlas game for Persona 5, it's going to be a while till I do another one of those. So I do have Persona 3 Reloaded, but I'm not going to be playing that for a little while. Next big one I might do Nier Automata, but that'll be a little while off, because I might want to do like a similar thing I did with Persona, where like I have backgrounds and special scenes for that and all that stuff, and a special model. Like,
You'll make it special. Yeah, make it shiny.
Yeah, that'll be a thing to plan for. But other than that, I don't really have anything major. Like I said, my big things for the year were like kind of focusing on art this year, focusing on glow up stuff for my streams, because I have new panels. Have I mentioned I got new panels?
No, you didn't.
I have new panels on my Twitch page. So I have new panels for that. So that they're done. So I've got panels. I've got a bunch of emotes. I actually have more emotes than I can use at the time. I've got a bunch of nice new models. I have this lovely pixel model that I've been using here.
Let's go.
So yeah, I've got a bunch of stuff that I can use. I might just update stuff every now and again, but for the most part, I'm kind of working on being happy with where I'm at, and then trying to save money for the live 2D model, because that's going to be an expense.
Yeah.
Be an expense that I'm going to desperately ask to be on a payment plan for.
Foxy, you said you feel weird about Pokemon now. You like the fan content, but you can't call yourself You can still call yourself a Pokemon fan. You just don't support Nintendo's practices.
Yeah, that's fair.
Still be a fan of Pokemon. You just do not support the practices that Nintendo use.
Yeah, it's like being a fan of a football team. Like, you might not go to the games. Maybe you don't have time to watch it, but you're still just like, hey, how's that team doing? Did they put out a good new Pokemon game? Good for them. Oh, the Mega Evolutions are out? Oh, I don't like these two, but I like that one.
Yeah.
And that's kind of just a thing that happens as you get older. It's the
you
things you were
will
interested
learn.
in when you were younger just kind of fade away a little bit. You still keep an appreciation.
Yeah. Like, I think that's the same with me. Like, I like the with Pokemon especially. You know, we have our channel point redeem where I play a Pokemon game for like 10-15 minutes at a time. But like, I specifically chose old games, so like Emerald and Platinum, etc. Those ages of games.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't want anything new. Yeah. Because the newer games, it just felt... The world did not feel very much alive. So, that's my reasoning anyway.
Yeah, that's fair. It'll be interesting to see what comes out with the next Pokemon Legends game, and then also like what their next proper Pokemon generation is going to be like, because it's going to be out in probably at some point in the next year or two. Because Legends is either later this year or... Yeah.
Legends, yeah.
Legends is either later this year or next year, and then that means the next proper game is going to be either next year or the year after.
November.
Yeah. Okay.
Legends AZ is out in November.
So probably next year.
No, October 16th.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Because they're releasing... They've just announced DLC that is releasing at the same time as the actual game.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And it's so money greedy.
Yeah, it's like they're desperate for money or something for some reason. Who knows why? It's not like the world's on fire and burning down around us.
Did they didn't lose a lawsuit somewhere that we didn't know about, or like?
No, they just want more money. It's always money.
Yeah, sadly.
But I am gonna.
Yeah, I think that God, is it wasted? When I did for what I would consider the Pokemon game, but when I because Nintendo was mean. You'll have to tell me about that in DMs, Foxy. I think Deus is looking to raid out.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass you the names for the 3 people from that group that I see streaming. I'm gonna grab the name on the bottom for my raid person. I think you might like the one in the middle. He's a good boy.
He's a good boy.
He is a very good boy.
Let's go.
Good boy.
Mm-hmm.
He's a Brit. He's a Brit.
He is. He's actually, I think, the only Brit in Gen 2. All of Gen 1 are Brits, though.
He is a Brit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna listen to him.
I think Dan would be more than happy to listen to your long Pokemon IP idea for changes. We
came
like
like
to
the
theory
wrong
craft.
moment. Oh my god, he just broke my ears.
He is a loud boy too, though. I will acknowledge
Yeah,
that.
he is a loud boy.
But I'm gonna get a raid started. Thank you so much for everybody, especially Dan himself, for joining today. This has been a wonderful talk. I had a very good time, and I look forward to the next one of these. And hopefully the news of the VTuber community,
drama.
knock
No
on wood,
drama.
will at least not escalate further, because it keeps getting worse.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
All
Time
right.
to raid out.
I am hitting the
Thank
raid
you,
button.
everyone.
Yep. Take care, everybody, and we will see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.